get about maybe 20-something minutes to take.
Fuck that, we're doing an hour.
Hi, this is Damus again. I'm here with the infamous Jerry Rocha.
Really?
Yes.
Infamous. Thank you.
Dude, I've been meaning to ask you, and because you don't take my phone calls all the time.
No, I don't like black people. I'm telling you, Davis, I don't like black people. How many times?
Were you?
By the way, we look like the two, like if you're getting on a Greyhound bus and you're coming down there and you see us two, you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm going to go by the toilet and just smell people vomit and shit the whole time. Don't we have that kind of like, sit by us?
Were you part of the Unbookables at one
Yeah,
point?
oh sure, yeah, absolutely. Fuck, that's a life thing, baby. Once you're in, it's like the Crips. You're fucking in for life until somebody kills you. Until somebody who's bookable murders you, you're an unbookable. That's it. We don't fuck around.
Working with Stan Hope.
It's unbelievable. He's like, he's just a. If any comic can watch him and learn how to not be afraid of anything, because Stan Hope is just one of these. I feel like I have glasses on. You know, I'm just like, and I'm adjusting my glasses. I've never worn glasses. I don't even know what that's about. I'm just like, Stan Hope is yeah. He's just a great comic. He's one of those guys who's completely fearless. You know what I mean? And it's just, you feel great watching him because you think, yeah, okay, good. I can say what I really want to say, and it'll work. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Yeah.
You know what? Started out 5 years ago now. You're the first comic I met who told me, you're not funny, but don't stop. which is great because
I
am now, and it's still not funny, but I'm not stopping.
Right, so. And that's, boy, if I could ever have a do-over, Damus, I would be like, I'm kidding. You're not funny. See if you can memorize how a Subway sandwich is put together. And no, yeah, I mean, but that's how it is. Nobody's funny when they first start. You know what I mean? And you got to just keep doing it. That's what makes you funny is repetition. That's it. It's that stupid practice makes perfect shit. Whatever. You just got to keep doing it. It's the only way you're gonna get good. You know. It's not like music, or even a music act. I mean, a band can just write a perfect song out of the blue, but even that band that wrote that perfect song, you know, fucking worked on that thing for fucking years. You know what I mean? Yeah. They play together, they know each other. It's just, you have to keep doing it. It's the only way.
How'd you get started?
Well, God, man.
And you know what? And I hate asking that question, but the more I ask, the more I realize nobody actually got started the same. So it's become...
Yeah, it's like raping. It's like, well, you know, my method is like, everyone has a different story for why they became a date rapist or a serial killer. You know, I just don't like Asian kids. You know what I mean? Like, well, that's a new one. You know, like, it happens. But you know what it was for me, bro? I was just got out of high school. I was done, you know, didn't want to go to fucking college. I'm like, what the fuck what am I going to learn? You know, I don't know. I want to do stand-up. That was it. Because my friends and I used to go to the Back Door. Remember that club, the Back Door Comedy Club, which I know when I go by there now, it's like, I don't know for any comic who knows the Back Door, the people who watch this who know the Back Door probably, you think?
I'll not.
Well, if you guys know the Back Door, it's like, I mean, it's stage time, which is invaluable. But they have very strict rules, and they enforce them on what you can say. So when I go back there now, it's like that scene in Forrest Gump when Jenny just goes to her old house and she just gets on her knees and starts crying and throwing rocks through the windows and shit like that. But that's where I got my start. So my friends I know in high school used to always go to the Back Door, like junior, senior year. And we loved everybody. You know, Neil Edwards, you remember Neil? We had Melissa Maroff, Terry Yates, all these great comics. There's this guy named Billy Loomis, who'd actually recently passed away. He was a great guy, very funny. And we just idolized all these guys. You know, we were just in high school, like, man, we love these dudes. You know, so we would go see them all the time, you know, every Friday. It was like, let's go to the Back Door, let's go to the Back Door. And then when we were done with that, you know, when we graduated from high school, we would still go. And I was there with my girlfriend one night, just her and I, and they had a little thing, says, hey, you ever thought you were funny? Try our open mic night. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Because I'd been a fucking smartass in second grade. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been in fucking fifth grade. My teacher, I swear to God, he said, he goes, you quit fucking around in class. He didn't say fucking around, but you know what I mean. He said, you quit fucking around in class, I'll let you tell 5 minutes every Friday. You know what I mean? And I was like, of course. Like, so I was getting up there doing impersonations of teachers, you know what I mean? Like talking about shaving pussy, Andrew, I'm kidding, no. But yeah, it was that, and it was great. So I mean, I've always had that in me. And once I got out of fucking high school, I'm like, I don't want to go to college. What the fuck am I going to do? So I just started doing an open mic. And
dude, speaking of Stan Hope, in my opinion, you're the most fearless comic I know.
Well, thank you. That's nice.
And,
Thank you.
And he has a joke, you guys. And if he's ever in town, ask him to do the fucking Satchmo joke that I love that you never fucking do when I ask you to do
Oh
it.
my God, I know.
love that joke. You should, every time, like, I'm going to do it, but you never do it. This guy is the most fantastic writer for himself. I don't know anybody else that can do this material, but you are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I tried to make my bits shit no one could steal. You know what I mean? It's like, you going to steal that one? Have fun. Have fun trying to sell it, buddy. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was just a joke. Fuck it, I'll do it. I don't care. It was just, I would just do Louis Armstrong. I know a lot of comics have impersonated Louis Armstrong, but it was just one day. So I've always worked at odd jobs. I've always worked in music departments, and I've always worked in music stores, shit like that. And I was always a fan, but I remember like every picture of every Louis Armstrong CD, he's just the happiest guy on earth. You know what I mean? And his music is just puts you in a good mood, right? You know what I mean? It's always like da 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 da. Even before he was a singer, when he was just doing the jazz shit, it was just fun. And I thought there's got to be a flip side. Like nobody's that nice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I said I bet they had to use whatever technology they had to like erase him being a dick on every song. And the joke was, I'm sure you'll come across a recording of Louis, like, you say potato, I say potato, you say tomato, man, retarded people ugly. And they're like, Louis, what are you doing? Cut. No, I ain't lying, there's some ugly motherfuckers and retards. Like, Louis, will you fucking stop? Like, that was it. You know what I mean? It was just things like that. Like, and I think to myself, ooh, the boy, you ever seen them motherfuckers on wheelchairs trying to play basketball? Not against me, I'll block your shot. I'll be like Shaq O'Neal up on them motherfuckers. Get that shit up out my court. Like, that was what and that was it. That was my Louis Armstrong bit. And probably, I bet he's the only one laughing too right now. That's why I don't do it. But I love it. It was, and yeah, it's my favorite. Dude, and I keep thinking I have glasses on.
I've only seen you serious once. And it's the time we were in Danny Martinez's club in Houston at the time. And I don't know.
Great club, by the way. Love the comedy showcase.
But they hate me. Do you remember the time I'm talking about?
When he pulled the knife out on stage?
No, that was at another club.
Oh, I wonder when they hate you.
This sounds bad. But
that time you drowned a pit bull years before Michael Vick did. Like, look, I'm gonna do this puppy. Oh, ain't that funny? It can't fight. I'm gonna hang it. Like, Davis, you don't do that here.
But you were so gracious. You came to me like, dude, you can't do that. You have to. And you took time. And
what did I tell you not to do?
I was working the crowd because I had went up and had an okay set before, but it wasn't what I thought I should have done. Right. And I go up and do you basically.
Right.
And then I go over my time. A couple of people appreciate me because they got kicked out and told me in the parking lot that they liked me. But I pissed the club manager off. And I remember the girl, I don't know who she was, but I go up to the club manager and the girl goes, you know what, you shouldn't say anything. You should probably get your shit and go.
Wow. Holy shit, I didn't even see that.
You didn't? Yeah, it was.
Jeez, what'd you do?
I don't remember what I did that with.
Were you like Gallagher with just piles of shit? And you're like, hey, here comes. No, I mean, like, hey, but the only thing that probably is just when you're doing a guest spot, and it sucks, but there is a little bit of a game you have to play for comics out there who, I don't know who would, if there's a novice watching this. When you do a guest spot, it sucks. It fucking blows, but you kind of have to put, in a normal club setting. Some clubs are great, like do whatever the fuck you want, but if you want to get in with them, you kind of have to play that game a little bit when you're just starting out, and you have to be just a little clean, and you know what I mean? Don't go 45 minutes when you're supposed to do 3, things like that. They don't sell t-shirts. Don't have like audience participation, sing-alongs. Like,
let me ask you a question. What do you gain? Because you leave and come back so frequently. Like you left and went to L.A., came back home, went to New York, came back home.
It's all. I think we're going to spend the rest of our lives between those two places and home. It's just. Sometimes it fucks with you too much. You're like, I got to get out of here. You know what I mean? New York was fucking amazing. I met some great. Mike DiStefano's one of the best comics you'll ever see. I met him in New York. We became best friends. I loved it, but I thought I want to try LA. I wanted to see what it is, And so I went out there, and then it went good, knock on wood. But then I had the worst relationship ever. That was all in '07. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here, So saved up my money, packed, got the fuck out. Circumstances, like it was just a series of shit luck, It was I was just gonna get an apartment. Like, well, fuck her, I'm just gonna get my own apartment. But then my car got totaled. I was like, oh great. So the money I saved up to get an apartment. I had to get a new car, and I just moved back home to Texas all of '08, and now I just moved back. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll actually be there for some time. But it's like, it really is. It's like that line, the only coherent thing Mike Tyson ever said, besides "I'll fuck you till you love me," but was when he, which he probably should have opened with that in Houston on second. He should have. He just did that tirade word for word. You bitch, you hoe. I fuck you till you love me. And I'm just like,
gonna last a minute, my word.
Yeah. And he said it. Remember, I don't know if you ever heard that line. I don't know if he, I know people, if there's a message board, that fucking idiot doesn't know. Fuck his mother. It wasn't Mike Tyson who said that. But he was, I think he'd said, I think the only coherent thing that came out of his mouth was, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And it's true. Like that, had my plan, and